tenure. So yun yung nature ng sinasabing misrepresentation. Ang sinasabi dito, ang ginawa nitong decision ng second division is number one, clarify niya kung anong ibig sabihin ng material representation. Diba? Kasi maraming laman yung COC eh. Yung COC maraming nilalaman yan. May age dyan, may pangalan, buong pangalan mo, etc. And isa dyan sa mga tanong dyan is question number 22 that says that I have not been convicted of a crime. Wait, let me read the actual words of that particular item. But basically, what happened was, so nilinaw kung ano ang tinatawag na material representation, and then, once masettle natin kung ano ang definition ng material representation, ang tanong na susunod is, mali ba yung sinabi ng kandidato? No? Ibig sabihin, nagsinungaling ba essentially yung kandidato nung sinabi niya na wala siyang disqualification? So yun yung material na misrepresentation na sinasabi, no? Material means importante kasi nagdi-define siya kung whether or not ikaw ay eligible. And then misrepresentation, totoo ba o hindi yung sinabi mo. So yun. Okay?
Direct, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry, sir. I left the Zoom room. Nawala ako. And
Okay.
I just got back. I apologize, Director.
Okay.
Just kahit briefly lang, one line, Director. I really just got back in, sir. Sorry.
Okay. Oo. When we're talking about the material misrepresentation, ang tinutukoy natin, yung sinabi doon sa COC that he is eligible for the position of president and that he has not been meted the penalty of perpetual disqualification from public office. Basically, yun ang sinabi ng kandidato. Ngayon, yun yung sina-challenge ng petitioner. Sabi ng petitioner, hindi totoo yan kasi hindi ka eligible kasi disqualified ka. So yun yung representation na sinasabi at yun yung false representation na tinutukoy. But in this case, sabi ng division, walang naging false misrepresentation. Kasi, number one, hindi naman talaga disqualified. And number two, dahil hindi talaga disqualified, tama yung sinabi niya dun sa COC na hindi pa siya nadi-disqualify.
Therefore, Director, what the second division is essentially saying, mahalaga po na makita doon mismo sa ruling na in-uphold ng Court of Appeals, doon sa
That's right.
positive portion na talagang perpetual disqualified. It cannot be something that is assumed, but rather something that should be explicitly stated in the ruling, Director?
Absolutely, no? Hindi ka pwede mag-interpret, hindi ka pwede mag-speculate or mag-extrapolate ng penalty na hindi nag-i-exist. In this case, sabi nga ng division, sabi niya, wala naman tayong karapatan mag-review ng decision ng CA, syempre mas mataas na body yan, pero kailangan natin malaman kung ano exactly ang sinabi ng CA. Kasi yun ang magiging basehan kung talaga nga bang nagkaroon ng material misrepresentation. And ayon doon sa analysis nung sinulat doon sa dispositive portion ng Court of Appeals, walang nakalagay na disqualification doon. So, walang disqualification.
Director, just to clarify on the consolidated petitions before the first division, sir, has there been a deliberation already? Is there a draft already? Or are we still dun sa proseso that the commissioners have yet to deliberate on it or are still deliberating? Therefore, there is no draft therefore, they will have to vote still on the consolidated petitions.
So, as far as I know, when we say it's been submitted for resolution, you're really just waiting for the final decision to be written. As far as I know, nagkaroon na yan ng consultation, nag-usap na yan sila, and we're just waiting for the decision to be written.
Sir, is it confirmed, Director, that one of the reasons for the delay is because one of the staff of the author, if I'm not mistaken, contracted COVID-19, and how will that affect now the promulgation of the ruling? What is the timeline that we're now looking at if indeed that is confirmed po, Director James?
I cannot speak to the impact of staff having COVID. At this point, all I really know is that there is nothing to promulgate. So I'm waiting for word from the First Division, particularly the presiding officer of the First Division.
Sir, you're on mute, I think,
Their
sir.
original. Wala. I'm okay. I'm not muted. But can you hear me now? Okay na?
Yes, sir.
Ina, can you hear me?
Yes
Si
po,
Ina
sir.
nag-speech ata. Anyway.
Nag-freeze po.
Sige. Oo. Can we move on to the next question? Balikan natin si Ina later.
Yes, sir. Sir, for the next question is Ron. Ron, are you still in the Zoom room?
Hi, Director James. Good morning.
Morning.
Clarify ko lang po yung mga cases natin ngayon. So we have 7 pending cases again.
Naglabas na ako niyan ng isang araw Naglabas na ako niyan ng isang araw, Ron.
Meron kasi, sir, confusion dun sa kung na-decide na ba yung kay Tiburcio Marcos?
I don't have a copy of that decision yet. As far as I know, it has been settled, but again, I cannot validate that because there's no paper in front of me right now. So we'll have to keep on updating that to find out.
So officially, Director, how many cases have been disqualified?
So far that I have record of, I think this brings it to 2. Hindi ako nagkakamali, yung kay Danilo Lihay-Lihay, Buena Fe. The others have been consolidated. One was withdrawn. Ilagan was withdrawn. So I think 2 pa lang ang may final decision.
And so how many cases are still
5
pending
left.
in 7
Looks like
divisions?
5 left. Looks like 5 left, except that 3, 194, 23, I think, and 24 have been consolidated into one case. So, ilan na lang yan? 4 na lang siguro natutira. We'll update the matrix. Ron. Don't worry.
Okay. So, dalawa po for 2nd division and we still have 2 consolidated petitions in the 1st division.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you, Director.
Thank you. Pwede
Sir,
natin balikan si...
Yes, sir.
natin si Ina.
Yes po. Miss Ina, go ahead.
Director, thank you very much for the indulgence. Sir, since you're being live streamed, sir, tanong ko lang po on behalf of the public listening in and watching right now, ano pong impact nitong ganito po na may nauna na ruling ang isang division, may pending pa tayong inaasahan sa ibang division, and considering na magkaiba din po ito ang causes of action, yung isa dito disqualification consolidated, yung isa dito cancellation, at meron pa rin iba na nakabinbin pa po, sir?
Well, alam mo, marami kasing kasong final di ba? Katulad na nabanggit natin kanina, more than 5 cases have been filed. Definitely, isa-isang i-dispose yan. No? Medyo mahirap mag-speculate kung anong mangyayari dun sa ibang kaso on the basis of one decision. So, ang pinakamagandang gawin natin is hintayin natin lumabas bawat decision, and then we will discuss it as they come out.
And just to clarify, sir, if these cases do not attain finality before the start of printing of ballots, his name will still be included in the ballot, right, Director?
Yes, the name will still be on the ballot.
Thank you very much, Director James.
Alright. Thank you. Okay.
Sir James, we have questions inside our chat box. Sir, from Hannah Burde of GMA News Online.
Ang dami ko nakikitang nakataas na kamay. Tapos
Yes,
na ba
sir.
yan?
Naka-queue na po sila, sir. To
Okay.
put on record lang po, may we know the reason behind the postponement of the release of the decision po ng First Division. Then as another question, sir, from Sir Samuel Medanilla of Business Mirror. First question po ni Sir Sam. May issues na na-raise po ang COMELEC sa NPO during the 2019 polls for allegedly outsourcing the...
Hold on. Other matters na yan. Let's stick with the cases muna. The first question, as to the promulgation of the decision of the first division, wala pa akong official word na postponed. So we'll have to wait on that. No? Alamin natin kung bakit tayo nadidelay ng konti. All right? The second question was what? Wala
Sir,
mo na yung
other matters.
Okay.
Other matters. Sir, we have Dwight, Rappler. Dwight, go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good morning. Sir,
Morning.
first, can we get, sir, an updated projected timeline, at least dito sa Buena Fe petition? When this reaches the end bank, how long would it take before they come out with a resolution po?
I'm sorry, what do you mean timeline for Buena Fe? Na-out na natin, di ba? What do you mean?
Sorry, sir, hindi ko po narinig, sir. Ano mo sagot niyo, sir?
Oo, sorry din, Dwight. Na-out na yung decision ng Buena Fe. What timeline are you asking about?
I mean, sir, about sa end bank level, sir. How long would it take for them to come out with... Sorry, how long would it take for them to come out with a decision?
Well, that depends on whether or not an appeal is filed, number one. And number two, if an appeal is filed, I still cannot say kung gaano katagal aabutin ng NBank. No? Just like dito, hindi natin alam kung gaano katagal aabutin ito when it was originally submitted for resolution. Sorry.
Okay, sir. And sir, balik lang po ako dun sa ballot phase. I'm not sure if this was answered, but was there a reason po why na-delay po yung pag-release ng ballot phase natin ulit?
We're other matters na rin to, but since nandito na tayo, we're actually waiting for it to be released today. Okay? Hindi naman tayo nagbigay ng time for the release of the ballot phases, but we are still waiting for it today. As far as I know, there are certain types of ballot phases that have already been cleared. Again, we're looking to make that announcement within the day as well.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dwight.
Sir, we have Mikhail of AFP. Mikhail, go ahead.
Sir James, I just wanted to clarify on the actual number of pending cases. Kasi you said, I think in January 4 or 5, that the Tiburcio Marcos case has been...
Yeah, I know, I said that.
Already.
But I don't have the paper for that yet, actually. I don't have the decision on the Tiburcio case. And I don't have an update on the Tiburcio case. So we'll have to correct and update the matrix that we gave you, which we gave you last time. No? Last week's briefing was followed by the matrix for the cases. So please refer to that.
Okay, so is it pending or resolved or what? Because we're keeping count of the pending case. So we
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand what you're doing. We'll provide you a more recent update, no? The latest update. We'll have to clarify certain things about that as well.
Okay, sir. So it's officially from COMELEC. There are 5 pending cases, tama po ba? Including the Tiburcio one.
Di ba, it's in the matrix na. That's official COMELEC utterance. You can use that as a guide.
Okay, we just wanted to clarify kasi yung statement on the Tiburcio one is a bit confusing. So 5 pending cases. Tama, sir? 5?
Yes, it's in the matrix.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, another question po from Greg of TV5. How does this second division ruling affects the pending cases in first division, considering that it has also ruled on some of the matters which grounds mentioned in the pending disqualification cases, such as the in question provision for perpetual disqualification following the tax conviction and the promulgation of the amended NIRC of 1986.
It has no impact, Greg. Each division will come to their own decision. So I cannot say that the decision of one division will impact how another division decides. So hiwalay na issue yan.
Okay. Sir, another question from Dwight from the inbox po. If Marcos is DQ'd at the NBank level after the printing of ballots but before the May 9 election, what will happen to the votes cast for him?
If a candidate is disqualified before the elections but after the ballots have been printed, obviously the name remains on the ballot, and any vote garnered by that name on the ballot will be considered stray.
Thank you, sir. So far, sir, nobody's raising their hands for questions. No questions sa inbox, no question from Viber, sir.
Okay, sige. We'll update the matrix on Marcos cases within the day, and if there's any need to announce the any other announcements, right, including promulgations, if those are still online, if we're able to release the official ballot faces, all of these will be announced today. All right? Thank you
Sorry,
very
sir,
much.
pwedeng humabol.
Habol, sige, go.
Sir, Karen, Sir Reuters.
Oh, go, Karen.
Sir, hope you feel better, Sir James. Sir, just a quick question on the DQ, kasi nalito lang ako. Di ba kung ma-DQ siya with final judgment, may allowed pa ba, sir, yung substitution, yung nababanggit sa law? Yung pwede ka magpalit by, basta kapareho mo ng kapangalan, yung papalit sa'yo. So when is that allowed, sir?
Right.
In this case, kasi pag COC, bawal mag-substitution. But if ma-DQ siya, halimbawa, and then ma-final the judgment will be finalized, that means Supreme Court, ano? So substitution is allowed. Yun, sir. Can you just explain how does that work? Thank you.
If a candidate is disqualified with finality, then that amounts to an involuntary withdrawal. If the candidate is filing under a political party, then the right of substitution applies, which means that the candidate who was disqualified and therefore involuntarily withdrawn will be able to be substituted by a person with the same surname. Okay? The substitution can be made up to midday of election day. At that point, a COC can be filed with the Board of Election Inspectors to show that the substitution has been made. Right?
So that applies to this case, right, sir? Halimbawa lang kung ganun yung course ng case, that applies to this particular case.
It will apply to this case,
Okay.
supposing things fall out that way. Yes.
All right. Salamat.
Okay.
Sir, may pahabol pa po. Sir Dante po. Go ahead, Sir Dante.
Dante.
Hi, Sir James. Hi.
Yes.
Hindi ako maka-open. Hello, sir. Sir, clarification lang din po, Sir James. Kumbaga, hypothetical question din naman yung itong akin. Pagka not to prejudge yung decision po ng First Division, if ma-disqualify po si BBM, question din po kasi ito ng marami, Sir James, kung pwede ba siyang palitan either ni Amy, yung kanyang sister, at ng kanyang asawa na si Araneta po, Sir James.
Basta ka-apelido, Dante. Basta ka-apelido. So, kunwari, si Amy Marcos, technically, yes. Siyempre, Marcos din yan, no? Yung Lisa Araneta Marcos, who is married to Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Again, technically, pwede rin. Ka-apelido rin, di ba? So, yan yung requirement natin. Just para lang mabuo yung information natin, hindi kailangan kapamilya, Dante, ha? Hindi kailangan kapamilya. Kailangan lang kaapelido.
Okay.
There's another question here. I'll just read it kasi relevant siya. Should the substitute be a member of the party? The rules don't say. The rules only say kaapelido, same surname.
Okay. Isa na lang po, Sir James. Very quick lang po. Kasama ba doon sa decision po ng Second Division na yung gaya na nabanggit nyo noong nakaraan na only the Supreme Court can say na mayroong moral turpitude po? Thank you.
Yes, it's there. In one of the final points of the division's decision, The division made it clear made it a point to say that the offense of failure to file income tax is not a crime involving moral turpitude, that only the Supreme Court can determine which crimes involve moral turpitude.
Thank you, Sir James.
Okay.
Sir, another pahabol question po from Ms. Ina. Then we have 3 others po.
Ina, go ahead.
Mukha po yatang naka-free si Ms. Ina. We have Sam. Sir Sam. Sir Sam, go ahead po. Okay. Sir Sam? Wala rin po si Sir Sam. We have Dwight. Go ahead for your follow-up question.
Ano lang sir, clarification lang ulit and for soundbite lang sir. If Marcos wins the presidency but is disqualified after pa po ng May polls, who will take over the second po ba in the presidential race or the new VP-elect? Thank you, sir.
Obviously, Dwight, if that happens, no, there'll be cases filed about that. But from what I understand of the law that applies right now, that particular set of circumstances will lead to the vice president succeeding. Okay, not the second placer. Kasi nanalo siya di ba? Nanalo siya, na-disqualify lang, which means that valid naman yung election, disqualified lang yung candidate. So under those circumstances, I believe that the resolution would be for the law of succession to activate, and therefore it's the sitting vice president that will succeed.
And sir, finally, dun sa Monsod petition, yung sa Ilocano group, dahil po nag-submit or deadline ng submission of the memoranda today, is it safe to say na deemed for resolution na siya or submitted for resolution?
Once na-submit na yung mga required memoranda, then yes, it will be then deemed submitted for resolution.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, we have Mikhail. Mikhail, go ahead.
Sir, soundbite lang din for nuancing, especially for foreign readers who are not closely following the case. Now that the second division has rejected the petition against Mr. Marcos, what does this actually mean to his candidacy?
Well, it just means that one of the many challenges to his candidacy has been resolved. But there are other challenges still pending. So in terms of his whole candidacy, we'll have to find out how those things turn out. But right now, this is one challenge down.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, lastly po, we have Miss Ina. Miss Ina, go ahead.
Quick lang ito, sir. I missed lang yung part dun sa question earlier, sir. If ma-disqualify, pwede ma-substitute, kailangan po ba party mate?
Sorry, putol-putol ka, Ina. Hindi ko naiintindihan yung question.
If ever
Can you type the
ma-disqualify...
question?
I did, sir. I did na.
Sir, the question is, saan na yung question ni Miss Ina? Kung kailangan daw po bang kapartido yung magsasubstitute? If ever.
Necessary.
Yun po. Sir, another question po from Ms. Hannah Borday of GMA Newsline. In case the unbanked denies the motion for reconsideration filed by the group of Father Benefe, can they still appeal this before Supreme Court?
Yes. Decisions of the COMELEC are appealable to the Supreme Court.
So far, sir, wala na pong question sa ating inbox, pati na rin po sa Viber.
Yung question on NPO.
Okay, sir. That's from Sir Sam of, wait lang, sir. I'll just scroll up for a while. There were 2 questions, sir. One is, may issues na na-raise ang COMELEC sa NPO during the 2019 polls for allegedly outsourcing the printing of election materials. Was this resolved po, and sila po ba ulit ang magpiprint ng ballots for 2022 polls? Then the second question, sir, is on schedule pa din po kaya ang preparations ng COMELEC if the printing of ballots will not start today?
Number 1, yes, NPO pa rin ang magpiprint. because under the rules, dalawa lang ang pwede mag-print, BSP and NPO. And BSP has always taken a pass, no? Their printers are for printing money. So, NPO pa rin tayo. Second question is, are we still on track? Yes, we are. We're still within the allowances that we've built into our schedules. So, pasok pa tayo.
So, sir, yun na po ang ating last question. No more raised hands. So,
Okay.
I think wala na pong questions.
Thank you very much. We'll follow up with you guys throughout the day. And kailangan nyo ng soft copy or hard copy na lang? Just let us know what your preferences are. But anyway, I'll be posting the soft copy sa Viber group. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sir
Thank
Jay.
you, Director. EID, thank you.
Good afternoon po.
Thanks, Sir James. Thanks, Ms. Sean.
Hello everyone, you can leave na po the Zoom room. Director James announced po that there will be a press briefing again at 2 p.m. for reporters po. Thank you. Pwede na po kayong mag-leave. Thank you po. Balik na lang po kayo later. Salamat po. Same link po for later, 2 p.m.